Have you ever wondered what's actually going on deep inside your veins when you just stop eating? Today, we are taking a microscopic tour straight into your bloodstream to witness the absolute cellular magic that takes place when your body shifts gears. This isn't just about skipping a meal. We're talking about an incredibly ancient, perfectly calibrated system of survival and renewal. So let's shrink down and explore the astonishing landscape of the human body during a fast.
14. That is the magic number. When you pass 14 hours of continuous fasting, your body officially recognizes that, hey, no new food is coming down the pipeline anytime soon. But instead of panicking, your biology flips a switch. It stops relying on that quick, easy energy from your last meal and completely unlocks these dormant pathways of cellular repair. Pathways that usually just sleep while we're constantly snacking throughout the day.
Okay, so this means we kind of have to rethink everything we've been told about cholesterol. We're so used to hearing about LDL and HDL as just, bad and good numbers on a lab test, right? But honestly, that's a myth. They are incredibly dynamic, highly complex delivery vehicles. And surprisingly, even when you fast pass that 14-hour mark, their levels remain remarkably stable. Your glucose stays around 70 to 100. LDL sits right between 70 and 100. And HDL hums along at 40 to 60. Why? Because they're busy. They are actively transporting vital lipids and original fuel all throughout your body.
To really get a grasp on this, I want you to stop thinking of HDL and LDL as just globs of fat, and instead picture them like microscopic flowers. Seriously, on the very outside you have the petals. That's a protein coat protecting the whole molecule. Just beneath that is a super sturdy layer of phospholipids, reinforcing the structure. And right there in the dead center, exactly like nectar, is a highly concentrated yellow core of cholesterol and fats. This isn't biological waste, guys. It's a remarkably sophisticated package of life-sustaining energy.
So as your fast extends past 14 hours, your body actually taps into this molecular flour. Because there's absolutely no food coming from the stomach, the body commands these molecules to open up and release the primal original fuel stored deep in their core. We're talking about free fatty acids. At this point, you're no longer running on whatever diet you ate earlier. You are being powered by an ultra-dense, highly efficient fuel that's been safely carried within you all along.
Now here is where it gets fascinating, because not every organ wants to eat the same thing. Your skin, your relentlessly beating heart, your intestines, they eagerly feast on those free fatty acids. They absolutely love this original fuel. However, your brain, red blood cells, resting muscles, and reproductive organs, they initially demand sugar, glucose. So, your body meticulously steps in as a biological fuel traffic controller, making sure everything keeps running flawlessly without you taking a single bite of food.
Right, so what happens to our little molecular flour once all that nectar is gone? Well, the body wastes literally nothing. Once the fat is completely burned up, the remaining cholesterol and phospholipid layers are brilliantly utilized to repair and renew your cell membranes. You are quite literally patching up your cells from the inside out. And that outer protein shell we talked about, the body just sends it right back to the liver to be refilled and recycled.
And this triggers a literal healing cascade. As this circulating cholesterol enters your skin cells, it synthesizes massive amounts of vitamin D the absolute second you step into the sun. It travels to your eyes, actively purifying the lenses to prevent them from hardening into early cataracts. It even balances out your cortisol levels and synthesizes vital hormones like testosterone. The end result? Smoother skin, way better sleep, and calmer nerves. Turns out, the cheapest spa treatment in the world is just giving your digestion a break.
Let's keep moving, because as your fast lengthens, those trace amounts of blood sugar eventually drop. Enter glucagon. You can think of glucagon as this biological fat-burning magician. See, while insulin constantly stores fat away when you eat, glucagon aggressively pulls energy right back out of storage when you don't. And the moment glucagon arrives on the scene, your fasting state shifts into a much higher gear. Here is exactly how the magician works. As the fast extends and your blood sugar drops, glucagon is urgently released. Because the brain and red blood cells are still begging for sugar, glucagon breaks down stored liver glycogen first. When that completely runs out, it aggressively attacks your fats. This rapid burning of fatty acids creates an incredibly powerful alternative energy source, ketone bodies, or ketonic agents. Actually, this exact biological reaction is the precise reason intermittent fasting is essentially a natural ketogenic diet. And let me tell you, your body is obsessed with these ketones. Once ketone bodies, which are a lot like acetone, are produced, the brain and muscles absolutely feast on this clean-burning fuel.
The liver and red blood cells are kind of the picky eaters of the group, relying on whatever trace glucose glucagon can scrape together. This whole system is so incredibly, unbelievably efficient that an average human can actually survive up to 40 days without food, just seamlessly consuming its own internal reserves.
Which brings us to the absolute climax of the ketone journey. When your body is totally flooded with ketones, they exert a powerful anti-atherosclerotic effect. What does that mean in plain English? It means they actively treat and prevent the hardening of your blood vessels. So while so many people fear that high cholesterol will clog their arteries, this deep fasting state actually produces the exact compounds that scrub and heal the very blood vessels keeping you alive. No way, right?
Just marvel for a second at how ancient this system truly is. To achieve this deep healing level of ketone generation, you really have to push the body. This profound state actually peaks during the last 10 days of a proper Ramadan fast, where literally all food and drink are avoided from sunrise to sunset. Tying perfectly into our natural circadian rhythms, cyclical fasting is a practice that dates all the way back to the ancient Egyptians. We have quite literally carried this self-healing machinery in our DNA since the dawn of humanity.
So as we wrap up our microscopic tour, I want to leave you with this one question. When you feel that very first hunger pang right at hour 14, are you starving, or are you finally allowing your body to heal? Through this explainer of our biology, we've seen that LDL and HDL are these life-giving molecular flowers, and the fasting triggers cellular repair, balances your hormones, and releases those amazing vascular cleaning ketones. So the next time your stomach rumbles, just remember the absolute magic happening in your bloodstream. Thanks for diving into the science with us. Keep questioning and keep exploring.